The Now You See Me franchise has to be one of the most unexpectedly resilient ones in Hollywood history. The original film by Louis Leterrier was a surprisingly massive worldwide hit, grossing over $350 million. The sequel, Now You See Me 2, made only about half as much as the original domestically on a much larger budget, but was an unexpected blockbuster in China. And now, even though it's taken nearly a decade, the franchise is back with hit-starved Lionsgate hoping to relaunch it for a younger crowd. So in this one, a decade after the heist that made them infamous, the Four Horsemen, once again played by Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher, Woody Harrelson, and Dave Franco, return to mentor a younger generation of magicians looking to take down a master criminal played by Rosamund Pike. Now, I must admit that I've never had a particularly soft spot for this series. All the magic heisting, which always felt more like straight-up science fiction than sleight of hand, always left me cold. Yet, I must be getting mellower as I get older because I had a surprisingly good time with this, with it being the best of the series by a long shot. And I have to say, there's something very depressing about the fact that I enjoyed Now You See Me 3 more than Edgar Wright's The Running Man, but that's the world we're in, I guess. It helps that it's directed with verve by Ruben Fleischer, who worked with stars Jesse Eisenberg and Woody Harrelson on their Zombieland movies. The result is a caper that puts more emphasis on action than previous installments and benefits from a quick pace and a terrific villain played by Rosamund Pike with a thick South African accent and the evil of a Bond villain. She chews the scenery and makes for a fun antagonist, with her as an evil diamond mine owner who launders money for the world's worst criminals and comes from a family of Nazi sympathizers. Yes, they pulled out all the stops to make her bad, and Pike is clearly having a blast. It's also fun to see the Horsemen reunite, with Isla Fisher making a long overdue return after having sat out the second film, and she still looks amazing, by the way, although I think all of you watching this probably are aware of that fact. The fact that she was so quickly replaced in the second one is acknowledged in a winking way, but everyone gets in on the fun, including a character from the second who makes an unexpected but welcome return in the third act, and I won't ruin the very, very obvious surprise. Eisenberg, despite being in his 40s, still looks pretty young, with him not seeming much older than the kids he mentors, which include the holdovers Dominic Sessa, Ariana Greenblatt of Borderlands, although we'll forget about that one, and Justice Smith from I Saw the TV Glow. Everyone seems to be having fun, including Harrelson and Dave Franco as the most physically capable of the gang, with them using martial arts to help them get out of scrapes more often than in the last couple of movies. Like the others, this has a strong international component, and it can't be denied that much of the third act seems like a tourism advert for Abu Dhabi's Yas Island, which gets a lame name check as the Orlando of the Middle East. Cash those rebates, Lionsgate. Yet the film is stylishly photographed and winks at the insanity of the various schemes and twists and turns more than the other movies, which were trying to build more of a mythology or a shared universe. Yet the movie also assumes the audience is very familiar with the other films of the franchise, so if you don't understand why when Morgan Freeman's character shows up midway through, everyone is so happy to see him, you might need to go back and revisit the first two movies. And if you're wondering where Mark Ruffalo is, well, that gets answered too in a very lame, tacked-on sequence. Is Now You See Me, Now You Don't terrific? No, not even close. But I have to hand it to Fleischer and his cast. I had a way better time watching this than I assumed I would, as it felt like something that would just be a chore. Instead, it was pretty enjoyable. So if they make a fourth one, I don't know, I'm actually kind of down, and I give it a 6 out of 10.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo was created by movie fans for movie fans, and we appreciate your support.